All right, F125, we've just literally got a copy of it because we bought it. We didn't get an advance copy.
No.
So we haven't had this time to spend
We're not important enough yet,
Not yet, but one day, damn it.
One day we're going to be there.
And the amazing thing about this game is it's getting great reviews across the board. Now, you've raced at least an hour's worth of laps today on it. And we'll get into the driving part of it, but I want to talk a little bit about some of the features that you can do because at the front here you can see Breaking Point. Now, Tim didn't know what Breaking Point was.
No clue.
But Breaking Point is a story following Aiden Jackson and the Connor Sport team all the way through 3 different games. So 2021, 2023, and 2025. This is the third chapter. And what's really cool about it is you see the character develop from, a rookie, racing a former world champion to joining this Connor Sport team, which is the new 11th team on the grid, to now probably going for a world champion. What's cool about it, if you're a driver like Tim, is obviously you get to see... It kind of looks like Drive to Survive, right?
Who's that old bald guy?
That old bald guy is your team principal.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Kind of looks like Peter Sauber.
Yeah, he kind of does, doesn't he? Now, what's cool about this is you kind of get to see... you can skip the cinematic, but they can drop you right into something. So you're going to be in preseason testing here, and it's basically you're going to have to do a specific thing. And each time you jump out of the cinematic and into the race, Tim... You have to do something specific. So you got to pass, let's say, Max Verstappen within the next 7 laps.
So we're like
your primary objective here, get accustomed to the car. Yeah.
So is this going to be the exact same? Wait, what?
Yeah, so it hasn't started yet.
Oh, okay.
It hasn't started. Don't worry. So they just want to get you into the car and feel in the car. And this is the this is the Fantasy Connor Sport vehicle.
Okay.
And you are in preseason testing, and you're just supposed to get acclimatized here, Tim.
I would say full lockup. I like the colors of the car, actually.
Yeah, it's neat, right?
Looks kind of cool.
Yeah. Now, Connor Sport, the guy that is running Connor Sport or owns Connor Sport is your former rival.
Okay.
He's now signed you to the team. There's a whole. I'm not going to break the story for you, but basically, this is a very cool way to put yourself into specific situations in the game at varying degrees of difficulty to test out situations and scenarios. And one of the issues with the F1 games from 2020 to 2024 was the AI. And specifically the last 2 years, F1 2023 and F1 2024. I remember when I got F1 2023, there was this thing where no matter who got behind you, they'd be able to pass you. And it was like you could see them bearing down on you, and you're like, wait a second, I just passed them going this fast. How is that possible? And they actually had to release a patch in the game to make up for that. And one of the things that they're talking about with the AI this year, so not just in Breaking Point, but in time trials, in Grand Prix, that sort of thing, is that the AI races you hard, but it gives you space every single time, and people are absolutely loving that.
Really?
Now, there is a whole bunch of new graphical infusions to...
You like good aggressive racing.
Well, you do like a good aggressive... but you don't want it like taking you out, and you also don't want it having an unfair advantage or disadvantage, right? And one of the things, obviously, that we've seen, and we've done Montreal and we've done Austria, is the elevation or the undulation of the track.
Undulation.
And you can speak to that a little bit.
Yeah, the ups and the downs, right? I think and then braking is as well when the car actually has that weight transfer that I tell everybody about. You can see it whenever we jump on the brakes.
Yeah, you can see the car.
Yeah, so that's like the brake. That's like the weight going from one part of the car to the front of the car.
Yeah,
and it's such a huge moment in that braking phase, cornering phase. But yeah, it's so far so good. I mean, we've only done the two. Tracks, I would say. I don't know any of this Breaking Points.
So you go to Quit Main. Yeah, go to Quit Main. But it's fun. It's like a fun, like immersive experience.
Sure, it's like a story, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like an actual like video game, which is cool. But I mean, because like the first time I ever started playing this is when Jesse and you guys loaded this thing up and just been. We played. I have F1 24, so I have no idea about the other aspects of the game or what it can do and all that kind of stuff.
But on a racing point, literally that's how you start. You start with Racing Point. On a racing level, Tim, you see a lot of differences in this game.
Big time. I would say braking for sure is one of them. And it was like Jesse was sitting here when we first fired this thing up, and I'm like playing around with the pedals, and I'm like, I think I need to brake harder. I'm like, this doesn't feel like the way in F124 or like how we have our pedals set up. I don't understand. And so then I really started hammering the brakes. I'm like, I look over at Jesse, I'm like, oh, you really have to hit the pedals.
You do have to hit the brake. Now go to career for a sec here, Tim. So this is great. There is my driver career, which is where you can start as early as F2, which I love doing. So you start in F2, and then you get essentially offers. And you can be, what's awesome about driver career is you can pick the driver or you can create your own driver. So you can be Max Verstappen, you can be Oscar Piastri, you can be Lando Norris, and you could start in F2, which I always do. And if you just want to be yourself, then afterwards you can pick sort of what program you want to be in. So I would be in I usually pick like high tech or
one of the good teams.
And you can join the the Alpine driver program. You can drive the Ferrari, whatever, and you're able to switch out of that. One of the issues I've always had with this is that in my career, if you race really well, you can just choose to go to directly to a Mercedes or Ferrari, which I think you should be able to just be offered.
So
right?
my team career, right? So
now,
basically you're going to do a full season, or is a custom season is your car? Or is...
custom season is how long you want it to be. Now, so let's go back a little bit here. You can also go to my team career. Yeah, so you were just in that. Sorry. Yeah. My team career, go a little bit deeper in here. Because what's interesting is in my team career, go to full season. Recommended settings, just take it for now. In the past, it would set up the story as though you were the 11th Formula One team.
Oh, you can be Apex GP.
You can be Apex GP.
I can be Brad Pitt.
Yes, you can.
Brad.
You can be Connor Sport. You can be Apex GP, or you can make your own team. And what's cool about it is you're not the owner driver, because that hasn't happened since like the 1960s. Right, so I think it was Brabham that was the last one or something like that. It's a crazy thing that used to happen in Formula One, can't happen anymore. This time, you are both the team principal and one or both of the drivers, and so you're going to start, and you're going to have to earn your way to developing better parts for your factory. Going through and figuring out what is going to bring your team to the front of the grid. And if you take a team like currently last place Alpine, or some of the other the other teams, you're going to have a slower development curve than everybody else. Are you trying to buy stuff?
No, not yet. I mean, you guys are like, leave our MasterCard alone.
But what's cool about it is, at the beginning, you're only able to make one part at a time.
That looks like Senna.
It is. You can be. Yeah, you can do. So you can check the driver icons here. Go right in.
Only.
Oh wait, go
confirm settings.
Yeah, go to all driver icons. And then you could go from confirm settings. Just
enable tutorials.
Skip tutorials. You don't need to do that. Right. And essentially, you're building your team from the HQ, and you get to choose. There you are. You get to choose which driver gets which part. And then you can choose which driver you want to race as every single race. So you can manage your favorite team, or you can manage a brand new one.
So you can just change all of this stuff.
And you have to deal with sponsorships. You have to deal with, it's more than just the factory. It's everything. Fully immersive. And people are saying it's some of the best my team, my career that they've seen, which is very, very cool.
Oh my God. People manager, head engineer.
Yeah, everything. What your corporate focus is, like what your background, or how crazy deep do you want to get? Like basically, I always love these modes. It's like, do you have kids or do you not have kids? Because if you have kids, you're gonna be basic. If you don't have kids, you can do, or if your kids are in their teens and they don't care anymore anyway, you can go deep.
Okay, do we want to
team
go?
identity.
How deep do you want me to go with all this?
Well, have a look. Let's go to team colors. Okay. So you can pick like anything, Tim. This is how deep you can get with this.
How am I supposed to be able to tell what the car looks like, though?
Well, that's you got to pick your colors first, Tim.
Let's go Ferrari red.
Okay, all right. Another Ferrari team.
Team badge.
Select. So they basically will take you.
That looks good.
You like that?
I don't even know what it is, but it looks good.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Not much into the design. If Jesse was here, we'd be here for an hour.
Yeah, but
Jesse is a design god.
Yeah,
Jesse Blake.
I was just gonna say Jesse would do it proper.
100%.
Instead of me just like hitting buttons.
And then your teamwear colors.
That's good.
And you can do copy the color, or you can change the color, whatever. So
advance. Corporate. Oh, I don't.
So you have no cash to start. That's okay. That's all right. You don't have any.
Just confirm.
Because you got to earn that.
Right? Is that right?
I think so. See, we're learning on the fly here. Okay. So then you have to pick certain sponsors. But
this is what I wish I made.
So if you, yeah, 100%. If you pick a sponsorship.
Oh, sorry. This is what I wish I made.
Yeah. If you pick a sponsorship and you can't score 10 constructors points in a season, then you're going to be in trouble. Like they will drop you as a sponsor.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's kind of okay. So now you've got. Now you pick your power unit. Do you want a Renault? Do you want a Red Bull?
Ferrari.
Going Ferrari powertrain. All right. Now you can sign drivers, and these are drivers from all over.
I know some of these guys.
Well, yeah. So some of these are F2, F3 drivers, but then you can get Mark Webber. Who else can you get? Felipe Massa. There's Aiden Jackson, who's the Connor Sport driver. Coulthard said, boy, does that ever look like David Coulthard?
DC looks rough.
He looks rough.
he's out at late night.
Button, and you see their ratings at the top. Obviously, Ayrton Senna is going to be their greatest driver available. You can also get Gilles Villeneuve, but you've got less than. See, you've overspent your budget already. Oh. Your entire budget on Ayrton Senna, you're in the hole $2 million.
So if I change the engine, then
to a Renault, you'd still be in that. Yeah, like you can't afford Ayrton Senna yet.
Damn it.
Is essentially the point.
Can't even afford. Can't afford Schumacher for sure. Can we afford Mark Webber?
You could probably
gets the job done. Yeah, little Aussie,
a little grit. There you go.
Right?
See, now you got to sign.
Now I need to pick another one.
You do, and you got to choose somebody who is $1 million or less, essentially. Because remember, some of this money is going to go elsewhere too.
$1 million or less.
Yeah. So, like, what kind of? And you've got obviously some of the drivers have ratings at the top, and you can see this is where it gets fun, right? Now, I wish there were more young drivers to sign.
Yeah.
There is not a lot of them available. Callie Meyer, I think, might be. She's the in-game play.
Oh, I can't afford her.
You can't afford her. Yeah. So you're gonna have to go with somebody who maybe Zane Maloney regularly wins F2 races. Yep. And one of the only drivers you've ever seen from Barbados.
Yep.
Where's the Barbados?
Oh, is that? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
And then you kind of get into it, and then you go in, and you can go as in depth as you want to go. Oh, look at that! Mm-hmm. Oh, nice deep red. Mm-hmm. I would have gone the McLaren blue and orange there with the old throwback, but yeah, look at that. So you can make and again, you can buy skins, you can do whatever. This game is super super in depth. So let's take this damn car to the track, Tim.
Advance.
Because there was a lot of talking all the way through this. You're talking about...
Hello and welcome.
And look at this. So you recognize the personalities from Sky, right? Yes. So they actually bring them on, which is, I think, pretty cool. Natalie and Naomi here.
Wait, do we have to sit through a car review?
But this is where they show us. This is how my careers usually go, right? It's an immersive experience.
Fair enough.
We're not going to play the whole thing. We can actually exit this.
Okay.
But that just goes to show, I guess you can exit
We're locked in.
We're locked in now.
Continue talking.
I guess so it goes to show how in-depth the My Team career is. And I think people love this, especially if you're not one of those people that wants to race online and get your ass kicked all the time, right? Because nobody, like, at my age, man, I'm 37. I'm not going online in anything. Like, I used to even play Fortnite online.
You're not going to play Call of Duty, like, online?
I'll get my ass kicked, right?
What?
Don't you think?
I play Call of Duty online all the time.
Are you good at it?
Probably not.
No,
I used
to play both Battlefronts online, and I was pretty good. But it's like in this, like I would have my ass.
Like, yeah, go on there and play Plunder and
really,
yeah, Warzone for sure.
No, okay, all right. Well, so this is for the F1 fans that want like a true F1 experience. And look, you're seeing the, you know.
But like even like Warhammer, like that, like Justin and I talk about it all the time. But you can play with other people online, no problem.
Like co-op.
Again, get my ass kicked, but it's still fun.
So you can play co-op careers in this too. So if you want to race with a buddy and you guys both have a rig, and you're both in your separate houses, you can race with each other on the same team or opposing each other in the same circuit, which I think is pretty cool.
We should put like a call out and like one night do that.
Who wants to be the Tim Hauraney teammate?
Well, we just like all race each other.
Yeah, I love that. Oh, I think it'd be great.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Now, let's see if we can get out of this. Can we not escape out of this?
Look, this has been great. Like, the game is great. But come on.
All right, now let's go back out to the main menu if you can. Go quit to main menu. I want to show you one more thing because I think it's kind of neat. And then we'll sort of, we'll do a quick time trial with you on the track because I want you to kind of run people through what's different about the actual driving because that's what matters, right?
Yeah.
Although I love all the stuff around it. I love being able to design a car, assign a driver. Like, that's wicked. But go to F1 the movie. So so they're going to incorporate a lot of this movie into it. And this is the first, so they got the trailer, they got the preview, but there are chapters to this.
Coming June 30th.
Yes, where you are going to be able to play as Brad Pitt.
Damson Idris, one of those.
Yeah,
two?
Sonny Hayes and Brad Pitt. Basically, Sonny Hayes is Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
I forget the other guy's name in the movie, but as the movie comes out and goes through a whole promotional experience, you're going to race as the Expensify team, and in this game and be dropped in kind of like Breaking Point, which is kind of neat too.
Okay, so on June 30th,
there'll be more.
There's going to be like another part of this story where you're actually going to be able to play.
That's
I'm assuming.
right. Yes.
I'm assuming. Okay.
Yes, which is kind of neat.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it's a whole different mode you can just play through.
Well, they've like integrated the actual movie straight into the video game.
Yeah, it's a full-blown Formula One push.
Never seen that before, ever.
Never have I seen that anywhere. I think it's brilliant.
Anywhere.
But Formula One continues to be ahead of its game in terms of marketing. So let's go to let's just go to a time trial here, Tim. If we can. And I just want you to go take us to...
Oh, it's F1 World. That's where it's under, right?
Yeah. Take us to a...
Do we want time trial or do we want... I guess if we do race and stuff like we normally do, we'll be here forever.
Yeah. So
time trial.
We'll just do a quick time trial. And I want you to take us to whatever track you want to take us to. And...
Haven't tried the McLaren yet.
Okay.
So this is the first time we're trying McLaren.
And just talk us through whatever track's going to give you a real feel for the game versus 2024. Because you're a driver.
Really wanted to say something there.
What did you want?
No. We'll go to Spain.
Okay, we're going to go to the Spanish Grand Prix.
Test all of our cars at Spain. We're going to Spain.
Okay. And what I'm curious about here is how it feels to Tim the driver.
Okay. Well, I mean, as people have been watching, it feels actually very realistic in a way. I mean, obviously it's not like the F1 sims that
are $100,000 and
more.
More.
Yes.
Okay. More.
Way more. But yes, it's very realistic in terms of like the track, how it feels, the bumps. Haven't driven this track, this track in this game yet, so we're gonna find out what it's like. Like, can I brake normally where I brake? Yes, I can. Can I turn in and accelerate? It's like, nope. Now I can. And how much so like giving me lots of feedback for sure. There's little bumps in the road. So I think it's almost like they've, what's it called? Laser scanned the circuit.
They have.
And taken some of the information from that laser scanning and have dropped it right into this video game because it's fairly real. I like how the car has the transition. It does make it feel like it's a little more lifelike. Does that make any sense? Like it feels like it's a little more alive, I guess I would say. But no, I like it. I think it's cool.
And I think the interesting thing too about it is obviously that when we talked about this in some of our other things, when you press the brake, you can see the weight shift in the car.
Yeah,
right.
And you really have to brake with the pedals that we have and just the settings that's on it right now. I was a little thrown off by that at first. Like I was like, oh wow, like I really actually have to brake here. Like,
well, one of the other things that I think that I have to give a lot of credit to, because listen, it hasn't been, Formula One fans have not been thrilled with, since 2020, which was a really good release. They haven't been thrilled with the progress in this game, and this game almost feels like a Formula One car. Like when you have a yearly video game that comes out. It takes you a bit of time to develop the things that you want to develop. It might take 2 or 3 releases before you finally get it right. And one of the things they really struggled with and really wanted to put into the game in 2023 and 2024 was the elevations, the ups and the downs of every track that in no video game before you could ever feel. And they wanted you to be able to feel that. This game, I think, is the first one that really hits the mark on that.
Yeah, it does feel like it. You can feel the ups and downs, the elevation changes, which is interesting. Like I've never experienced that before, like in a video game, right? And I think for us, since we have the sim, like the force feedback through the wheel is like very aggressive and it's very accurate. Jesse and I, when we first started this game up, essentially like I could barely turn the steering wheel, and we only had the steering wheel set to like 100%. So it wasn't set at anything over that. It was set at like, okay, this is what we believe the natural sensation is of these F1 steering wheels. So this is 70%, and it's like I'm sweating. Like it's alive. Like there's a ton of load on the wheel. When I go through a very high-speed corner, you can feel the car gripping up, and that just accentuates itself through the steering wheel, makes it like really hard to turn the wheel sometimes. If we go to 100%, I mean, Adam, you're going to be carrying me out of here, buddy.
You're going to be sore. But that's what makes it so cool. If you do have a nice rig or something like that, if you're like hardcore, this is your hobby, this is what you do, better start working out. Yeah,
it will be a workout for sure. If you set it up to, it was about 100% that we have it set up. I mean, I should pause.
Well, you know, it's one of those things too. Like as somebody who started off these games driving on the Formula One, the PS5 controller, the PS4 controller, and not being able to find it's either go or not or don't go. Right? It's hard to kind of push your way into. I don't even know how you would call that, but when you accelerate, you don't slam it. Yeah, you kind of work your way into it.
It's hard to do that on the controller, right?
Really
I would assume only.
Well, especially as somebody who grew up with Mario Kart, where it's like just slam the A button and go. Yeah. But you know, when you get like even a Logitech controller, which I have, you know, that is enough to make a huge difference in terms of how you race. Yeah. And those are like $150, and I think one of the world champions a few years ago drove a Logitech. Like it wasn't like it was. It's not a completely unheard of thing to do. We happen to have a really nice rig here, but it's you know. And let's have a look at your settings.
So if we go to Tim Wheels, what Jesse and I made, and then our vibration and force feedback, it was right here. Vibrate. It's the strength. So this, when we originally started it up,
is that
this
100?
Was set to 100, and I could barely. Like get through it all.
And they even warn you. Like
the
there's
feedback
a warning
was coming
on the
through
game.
the steering wheel at some points. I'd taken my hands off the wheel at one point. And I was like, ooh, okay, really strong. Yeah, you know, let's call this 2.0.
Okay. So you're gonna do it now with this?
Yeah, so this is at like 100%.
Okay.
And then we'll go restart lap. And so this kind of was going to throw everything off. I mean, the laps are already jumped, but like they're going to be even worse now.
He says that, and then he'll set like a world-beating time.
No.
Get into the top 30,000.
I'm still trying to get used to this.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, so there it is. And then the more the car like grips up, the more it is so hard to turn the steering wheel.
Really?
Like, it's probably pretty close to what these guys are experiencing and feeling like in the car. Like, holy.
Now we've seen sim racers transition into being race car drivers. Nobody's made Formula One quite yet, but it has happened where they've signed contracts and stuff like that. Tim, what you know, other than the force feedback, what you're feeling right now, which is hilarious, watching you turn redder and redder. I want to know, like, what other things are you missing if you don't have the $150,000-$200,000 sim in your? It's the motion of the car, it's the G-force.
G-forces, yeah, bumps, like major bumps. Oh my God, major bumps in the road. Like the real thing is the real thing, right? It's really hard to simulate it. I think a big part of that is the sim, and one being real life. Like one being real life is.
You know, where your life's on the line, where you could die.
Well, it's a different sensation, right? We'll just say that. I'm not going to sit here and scare people, but it's a much different feeling and sensation. I'll just say that.
Got it.
I can barely turn the steering wheel.
Got it.
I'm dying.
Well, listen, Tim,
Adam,
this has been a really fun review.
It has been fun.
In terms of drivability,
I like the game.
You like the game.
Yeah.
In terms of out of a 10, how many laps out of 10 do you give it?
How many laps? I would say.
In terms of racing, for fun, right?
8.7.
8.7. See, for features, I'm going to give it an 8. I still think we need more classic tracks and drivers because the tracks that are available are only the tracks that they're racing on this year. I want to see, you know, the Portugal track. I want to see the Turkish track. There's tracks that I want to see on here that are not here. There's also, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm talking about.
Wow. Well, it just shook the whole thing.
I know,
That's
what
crazy.
I mean.
I want to see some of that stuff, and I want to see a few more classic drivers and that sort of thing. But we'll see how this sort of plays out too, because that Formula One movie thing could be a really, really cool feature to this game. Yeah. Also, on the My Career side, I do want it to be where you don't choose where the team, what team offers you a contract. I want it to be the team. Here are your options, and you have to sign with one of these guys. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
I don't want to be able to jump out of F2 and immediately into a Ferrari.
Well, what happens if you're like super talented?
Well, if you reach a certain amount of points, sure.
Then you gotta go to Ferrari.
But like, if I'm I better
knocking.
be the best damn driver ever to boot Charles or Lewis out of a Ferrari. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you. Oh, you want to get rid of like Charles?
That's what I mean. That's what it would have to be, right? Like, I shouldn't be able to just jump in.
Yeah. I
so anyway, that's our review for F1 25. Like the game, like it a lot.
Yeah, I like it.
Best one in years.